Welcome back, everybody, to our Midwestern Horned Owls Dynasty. It was a rough one last time out. We lost to both of our rivals in Kennesaw State and Georgia Southern. Now, losing the rivals in general, it stinks. But when you lose to them by a combined score of 94-55, it really hurts. With where this team is at right now, we are going to be speeding up the rest of year number one of this dynasty even more than we have already been. We are going to be finishing off conference play. And we are also going to be making a change at quarterback. It will no longer be Justin Cage. Instead, it is going to be Josh Porter, just as everybody expected. The reason that he is going to be getting a chance to start is that he's got star development, and also, he has the best accuracies of any quarterback on the team. Darius Holloway did play really well in that Georgia Southern game, but I think it's in his best interest, in our best interest, if we keep his red shirt intact and get an extra year out of him. The defense is not going to be getting any better in year number one of this dynasty unless it's through just pure luck. Malik Jefferson is a player I do want to see some more of. He's got 92 hit power, so maybe he can force an extra fumble or two to help the team out. Jerome Moon, in order to accommodate Malik Jefferson, is going to be playing some more slot cornerback. We'll see if maybe that can help the defense out. I wouldn't hold my breath, though. The first game of this episode is going to be Mid-Tennessee State taking on Midwestern right before the midway point of the season. How fitting. We will have a few prospects in attendance in Kentrell Wagoneer and Carlos Harbor. Hopefully we can get both of those guys to commit. We still have 0 commits in the dynasty. The first look we got at Josh Porter as our starting quarterback, it would not be a great one. His pass would be deflected and intercepted. Middle Tennessee State would kick a field goal, and then we would kick a field goal after that. So all tied up at 3 midway through the second quarter. Middle Tennessee State is going to get a huge play out of Kellen Stewart. This is not the last time you're going to be hearing his name, as he takes it 71 yards for a touchdown, burning Jerome Moon, who was in the slot on that play. We wanted to try and answer, so we went for it here on 4th and 1, and Cameron Barber, he would weave his way through the Blue Raiders defense and make it a 46-yard touchdown on 4th and 1 to knock this game up at 10. Middle Tennessee State, they had an answer for our answer, though, and that was to just go right back to Kellen Stewart, who just makes Byron Washington look silly on that play, getting his second touchdown of the game. And why stop there? Make it 3 touchdowns in the first half for Kellen Stewart as he goes uncovered right down the middle of our defense. And you know what? Give him another touchdown. Why not? Here's a 4th touchdown for Kellen Stewart, who ends up finishing with a ridiculous stat line. 11 receptions, 296 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. Down 34-10 in the fourth quarter. Not really thinking about making a big comeback, but we do get a nice play here out of Jason Toon and Josh Porter as they hook up for a 20-plus yard touchdown to get this game a little bit closer. And then Jordan Bryant on a mid-screen. He's just got too much speed. You can't put a linebacker on him. He's going to go 61 yards for the score. We make this game look a little bit closer than it really was, but we do end up losing this one to Middle Tennessee State. 41-22 ends up being the final score. We are now losers of 3 straight and fall to 2-4 on the season. It was the same story as it has been on defense. They just were awful and not good enough at stopping the run or the pass. And the offense, it could not make up for the bad defense. It had to play perfect, and they did not. Josh Porter, in his first start, he wasn't great, but he definitely wasn't bad. We didn't run the ball enough on offense, and that's really the only complaint I have with the offense, is that we didn't run it enough. But when you fall down by a bunch, it's kind of tough to stay committed to running the ball, and we just didn't. We had a few upgrades after the game for Reggie Hambrick. We spent one of those upgrades on defensive back to make it so our actions have a bonus towards defensive backs as we try and build up this secondary that is not in a good spot right now. With our second upgrade, we used it on wide receivers and tight ends to make it so we could scout them a bit quicker. We have finally gotten our first commit of the dynasty. It is Ronnie Turner, a 3-star athlete / quarterback out of Florida. He has a lot of things to like about him. He is 6'3", 215. He's got 90 throw power, 90 speed, 91 acceleration. He does clearly need to work on his accuracies, but I would not be surprised if he ends up being our starter right away next season. On to the bye week. We are not in a good spot as a team, losers of 3 straight and 2-4 on the season. If we want to make a bowl game, we have to start winning some games, and in a hurry. Can't really afford to lose too many more games this season. You can only make it if you got 6 wins, I believe, so not really looking like we're going to be making a bowl game. But if we want to, we got to start winning now. Jacksonville State, they are 4-2 this season, 2-0 in conference. We are down 3-0 in the first quarter against them, but we do take the lead as Zach Hawkins catches a pass in the end zone to make it 7-3. In the second quarter, 3rd and long for Zion Turner, and the Gamecocks offense, he's going to roll into the end zone and get sacked by Allen Miller for a safety to make it 9-3. We would then drive down the field after the Gamecocks would have to punt away because of the safety, and then Jordan Bryant would do the rest. He would punch it in from 14 yards out to extend the lead, and that would make it so we are off to a fantastic start. Could we keep it up, though? A fake to Barber on 2nd down, and Porter is going to zip this one down the field to C.J. Carter, who's going to break away and race down the sideline for a long touchdown to extend the lead and make this a 23-3 game. Jacksonville State would then score a few points to make it 23-13, but we would get a score late in the first half to make it 30-13 at halftime. The real question is, can our defense make some plays and help us out in the second half? Well, we are talking about the same defense that has been awful and terrible for most of the season, so I think we all know the answer to that one. We get up a short touchdown there to make it a 2-score game. Later in the third quarter, a simple curl route would turn into a 42-yard touchdown for Jacksonville State. It would stay a 1-score game for a while, but eventually things would get wacky in the fourth quarter, and we would completely collapse. Not only would we blow the lead, but we would end up getting blown out, losing 58-37. Yes, we got outscored in the second half, 45-7. The defense, it is not completely to blame here, but they were partially to blame, mostly to blame, but not completely to blame. They were terrible, especially late in the fourth quarter. You know who else was terrible in the second half? The offense. We only scored 7 points. That is not enough. I know we did score quite a few points in total in the game, but only putting up 7 points in the second half when your defense is bad, it's not great. Yes, we did throw a few interceptions late in the fourth quarter. We were already behind at that point, and that led to the score ending up as lopsided as it was in the end. And again, we just didn't run the ball enough. Some good news here is that we do have another commit. Carlos Harbor, a 3-star running back out of Mississippi, is going to be joining us next season. He is 6'2", 231. He's got good speed for his size, good strength, and I think he is going to be great for us. And he's going to allow us to run the ball more consistently. Being a big power back, you can just line up under center and put the ball in his hands. We got another commit in John Stanford, the guard out of Wisconsin, who is going to be blocking for not only Carlos Harbor, but also Ronnie Turner. He is a better pass blocker than run blocker. Needs to work on the run blocking quite a bit, but he's a gem, so maybe he has a higher development trait and could develop into a really good offensive lineman for us. If we want to have any chance at being selected to play in a bowl game, we have put ourselves in a terrible spot. You get to play in 12 regular season games in college football, and right now we are 2-5. You have to get to 6 wins to have a chance at making a bowl game realistically. So that means we can only lose one more time this year, and we still have to play Alabama on the road later this year. So our backs are really against the wall. We have to start winning some games and in a hurry. Taking on Louisiana Tech, the Bulldogs, in our final conference game of the year. Josh Porter on 3rd down is going to be sacked by Jaden Burnett, a junior edge rusher out of Texas, who we are quickly going to find out is a problem. The Bulldogs on offense. There goes Marquis Crosby to the right side of the field. He's going to get loose, break a tackle, and out of bounds he goes at the 35 of Midwestern. 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs and Jack Turner. He's going to boot to his left, fire down the field, and True Edwards, the senior receiver, is there to make the catch getting the first down and putting the Bulldogs in the red zone. At the 15, Turner is going to hesitate and fire over the middle to Marleon Jackson, who got wide open over the middle of the field. The Bulldogs will march down the field and make this a 7-0 lead. No surprise there, our defense has been pretty bad. But the offense, it's been all right. They're going to have to make up for that bad defense if we want to have a chance at winning this one. Bernard Stockton up to midfield, making a nice catch. Third down. The pocket holds up nicely for Porter, who's going to hit Jimmy Hill. He's going to break a tackle, and down he goes at the 25 of Louisiana Tech. They'll go under center on first down. Bryant is going to avoid a linebacker right away. He's going to spin by a man and stay on his feet and score. What a play from Jordan Bryant to tie this game up at 7 as he scores another touchdown this year. He's had a great season and has been easily our best player. A chance to force a quick 3-and-out, and we cannot do it. Marleon Jackson makes a tough catch. He is a bit shaken up at the end of the play, but he will end up returning to this game. Near midfield, it is a read option keeper, Jack Turner, in the plus territory. And the 6'5" quarterback is at the 42 of Midwestern. 3rd and 7. They are going to run a draw, and Marquis Crosby, he's got the first down and more. He's inside the 10, slows up, and he's going to score. How do you let that happen? Marquis Crosby giving Louisiana Tech the lead again here in the first half. Just some terrible defense out of Midwestern. It doesn't matter if it's the run or the pass. They can't stop anything. Jordan Bryant is able to pick up 10 yards, but not a first down. Seconded short. They'll fake it to Bryant this time. Porter on the move. He's going to hit Zach Hawkins, who got a pair of touchdowns last week in the loss against Jacksonville State. And he's down near midfield as we end the first quarter. Here in the second quarter, Porter under quick pressure, and he has no chance. He's going to be sacked by Jaden Burnett again. He just flew around Kalen Perkins, our right tackle. Man. 3rd and 19. Porter going for it all, lobbing it down the field, and he overthrows Bernard Stockton, who had a step on his defender. Could have been a big play, maybe even a touchdown. Instead, we end up punting it away. Marquis Crosby, he's going to break a tackle, and down he goes across midfield. Already 86 yards on 11 carries in just the first half. Turner zipping this one right side, and he gets it over the top of Jerome Moon and into the hands of Abdul Fattah Ibrahim, a senior wide receiver. Hearing the 2-minute warning in the first half, Turner down the field into traffic. True Edwards make a tough catch, and the Bulldogs in the red zone once again. Bull to go at the 4. Turner lobbing it left side, kinda, and not really a lob, more of a bullet. And Marleon Jackson has his second touchdown of the half, and the Bulldogs are now up 2 scores. 21-7. Midwestern at midfield. It is intercepted. It gets picked off by Jeremiah Copeland. The senior safety is going to take it all the way back. A 61-yard pick six, and Midwestern is now down 28-7 in the first half. Do we have a big-time comeback in us? It's already 3rd and 10. Porter's going to go down the field. It is caught by Glover. He'll break a tackle of Copeland and score. Devin Glover all the way into the end zone to make this a 2-score game late in the first half. We did end up missing the extra point, so it is 28-13 in the third quarter. Crosby is tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Jerome Moon, who is still learning and adapting to his new role. Turner throws this one down the field into traffic again, and it's caught again by one of his wide receivers. That time it was True Edwards making the play. 3rd down. Pressure on the way, and Turner didn't feel it. He's going to be strip sacked by DeMarcus Perkins. He is able to get the ball back, but Perkins will end the Bulldogs' drive. Josh Porter at his own 31. It's 3rd down. He's going to step up and be strip sacked by Jaden Burnett. The Bulldogs have it, and they are going to take over in Midwestern territory with a chance to add on. Jaden Burnett has been a menace. He is really putting a lot of work in. Throw down the field on 2nd and short is picked off by Zion Chambers. That is the first interception in Midwestern history. Yes, it has taken this long to get one. So Midwestern forcing a turnover of their own. They're at their own 21. Porter's going to spin around, lob down the field, and Devin Glover will make the grab. He's out of bounds across midfield. At the 47 of Louisiana Tech, what is that guy on? That guy in the crowd there, number 1, he's going to get checked out. As Glover makes another grab and is out of bounds at the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs. In the red zone at the 19, Porter. He's going to fire this one to the end zone, and it's caught by Craig Butler. That is his first catch of the season, and it goes for 6. Midwestern able to inch a bit closer. Now 28-20. They need their defense to get another stop. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, as Jack Turner keeps it on the read option. And it's brought down by Hayden Warner, but not before Turner's up to the 45-yard line. A run to the right side. That is Crosby. He is into plus territory, and he's going to be brought down by Rockwell and Winters at the 44 of Midwestern. 130 yards on the ground for Marquis Crosby. He'll take the handoff again, and this time the Midwestern defense is ready for him. Wyatt Van Horn is going to make that a loss of 4. Turner on second down. There was a screen to Dakotas Crawford, and the ball gets punched out by Max King. Midwestern is on it. Another turnover forced by the Horned Owls defense. That is really the only way that they can get stops. Midwestern down by 8 in a game they once trailed 28-7. Porter, he's going down the field. It is caught by C.J. Carter. A bunch of Bulldogs fall down, and oh my, he spins out the last defender, and he's gone. 52 yards to the end zone goes C.J. Carter. How did that just happen? Midwestern with a chance to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. Going for 2, it is Jordan Bryant. Can he get in? He'll dive towards the pylon, and he's denied. So Midwestern, even after the big touchdown, they still trail by 2 points. The Bulldogs, with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, lead by 2. Turner connects with Jackson. He has been the go-to man today, and he breaks a tackle. Warner getting dragged from behind. He does eventually make the tackle, but not before a big gain is had by the Bulldogs. At the 13, Crosby is swallowed up in the backfield by Javon Turner. A big loss, and the Bulldogs will have to settle for a field goal. Midwestern down by 5 with about 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Porter is hit by Burnett as he let it go, but he gets off a good throw. It's caught by Glover. He's inside the 10, and he's scoring again. Another long touchdown for Devin Glover, and Midwestern has come all the way back to take the lead. They are going for 2 again, trying to make it a 3-point lead. Here is Jimmy Hill making the grab in the end zone, and Midwestern completes the 2-point conversion this time around. Still plenty of time left for the Bulldogs, who are, if we're being honest, going up against a pretty bad defense. Turner connects with Jackson again, and Marleon Jackson is up near midfield. He has really done a number on our defense. Time winding down in the fourth quarter. Turner going deep right side. He hits a man in stride. It is Ibrahim, and he's scoring a long touchdown of his own, and Louisiana Tech answers, and they have the lead again late in the fourth quarter. Does Midwestern have another touchdown in them? Minute to go in the fourth quarter. Porter throws into a tight window, and it's dropped by Zach Hawkins. That was an absolute dart from Josh Porter that should have been caught. On second down, it's a screen. Jason Toon is going to get some good blocking, and he's down at the 44 of the Bulldogs with a first down. Down to about 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Porter, he's going to load up. Launching this one to the end zone for C.J. Carter, and he pulls it in. C.J. Carter mosses a man in the end zone, and Midwestern has scored another touchdown late in the fourth quarter. What a play from C.J. Carter, who has not just 1, but 2 great plays in this game that went for touchdowns, and we needed both of them. But will it be enough? There is still about 30 seconds to go, and we know our defense is not very good. Still have to appreciate this great catch by C.J. Carter to give us a lead. 38-41, Midwestern in front, the Bulldogs. Still have time left. Turner in trouble, and he's going down. Sacked by DeMarcus Perkins back near his own 20, and the Bulldogs will use their second timeout. 20 seconds to go. Turner hits Nate Jones, his tight end, and he's up near the 40 and down there with a pretty big gain, and the Bulldogs use their last timeout. Third down. Now under 15 seconds to go. Turner. He's going to throw down the field, and Nate Jones is going to make another catch, and he gets out of bounds at the 32. What a throw from Jack Turner. So they are going to bring on their kicker, Blake Buchanan, to try and force overtime, and his kick is good. 41-41, and we will head to overtime. 4 quarters, not enough in this one. The Bulldogs have the first possession of the first overtime period. Turner from a clean pocket. He's going over the middle, and he throws it to Jerome Moon, who picks it off. The second interception made by this Midwestern defense, and they are now going to have a chance to just kick a field goal and win this one. But do you really want to put the game in the hands of Aaron Farr, who's had a pretty bad season? I don't know about that. Either way, Jerome Moon makes a massive play. And Midwestern get some points here and win this one. They complete the amazing comeback. Jimmy Hill, left side. He spins by a man and is going to go down inside the 10 at the 8. It is goal to go for the Horned Owls. Just 8 yards away from winning this one. It's a fake to Barber and a handoff to CJ Carter on the end around. He calls game, setting the ball down in the end zone. It's a walk-off win for the Horned Owls. Midwestern once down 28-7. They came back, scoring multiple touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They end the losing streak, winning this one 47-41 in overtime over the Bulldogs. Easily the best win of the season. Player of the game, you could argue CJ Carter, who had 3 touchdowns, but they go Josh Porter, who had a great game. This is easily our best win of the season. To come back in a game where you were down 28-7, having just thrown a pick 6, and you're on a 4-game losing streak, you could just mail it in and just take your loss and take your beat down. But we battled our way back into this game and ultimately did enough to get the win. Jerome Moon, he's got to be the player of the game for the defense. You could also say, I guess, Javon Turner and DeMarcus Perkins, those 3 were the players of the game on defense. On offense, CJ Carter, of course, Josh Porter, but also Jordan Bryant and Devin Glover. I want to mention those guys. They all had key contributions in this win. We wouldn't have gotten this win if everybody hadn't contributed like they did. Mike Stallworth, he ends up committing after the game. He did actually visit during this game. We got to see the great comeback. He is a player that you could possibly build your entire defense around. I mean, just look at the ratings he's got as a true freshman. Does need to work on the block shedding, but he will eventually be a really well-rounded elite player on a hopefully good defense. We now have 4 commits this season. Still a lot of work to do, but it is at least better than the 0 we had coming into this episode. We already know that we will not be playing in the conference championship game, having gone 3-5 in conference play, but we are also 3-5 on the season, so we do still have a small chance of making a bowl game. It's not going to be easy. 3 of our last 4 games are on the road. 3 of our last 4 games are against teams that are 500 or better, and 2 of our last 4 games are against our conference teams in Northwestern and Alabama. We'll see if we can make something happen. If you guys are enjoying this series, let me know down below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. That's going to be it for this episode, though. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.